Wednesday, 18th August 2008. After a 3-year stint in a leading manufacturing company, I was to return home to Mangalore to join Infosys as a consultant. But I was extremely tense as I realized that I had merely rupees 5,000 in my bank account, and the only assets I had were a broken down bike and a beaten to death laptop. And to make matters worse, my investment was negligible. I had no stocks, no shares, no bonds. Apart from being devoid of any human emotion, my South Indian DNA was also empty of any risk-taking and investment abilities. Thursday, 19th October 2009, my birthday. It had been exactly 1 year since the stock market had crashed, which made it an excellent avenue for investment. But once again, I had failed to cash in on the bull, despite having had a fairly healthier balance account. I had no idea what to do. With negligible assets in my balance statement was totally out of balance. It is here that a very dear friend of mine, Vatsal, a chartered accountant by profession, suggested that I read this famous book by the title Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This was to rid me of my hereditary disorder. While the book served its primary purpose of, to a certain extent, enlightenment reached me in a certain different sense. The book asked, don't you think it's a smarter way to invest in the source of money than on money itself? This made me think a little bit. I wondered, what could be this brilliant source of money? Is it a bank? Is it a gold mine? Is it something else altogether? My dear prudent Toastmasters and guests, I realized that it is not a man-made object, but man himself who is the ultimate source of money. As we trace back the progress of mankind, we will realize it is not a matter of surprise that it is the human mind and it is the human skill set which has created everything, and of course money and all the comforts that we enjoy thereon. At this juncture, let me introduce to you a vision and a mission which I am sure all of us would be interested to adopt. Vision: to ensure success in professional matters, material matters, social and personal fronts, and to lead a quality life. And the mission being to achieve the above by investing in oneself, one's skills, one's assets, and above all, in one's own confidence. Skills and assets. What are these skills and assets? According to me, a skill is like a potential which can be tapped. A skill, once tapped or once utilized, will become into an asset. Let me give you a few examples. Networking is a skill, and when put to use, creates a network, which is a wonderful asset to have. Swimming is a skill, and the beautiful toned body that ensues is definitely an enviable asset. Ability to have wonderful skills is very good skill to have, and to convert it into a wonderful GMAT score is a splendid asset to possess as well. I'm sure all of us possess some skills and some assets. What I'm really driving at is that many people in the world today do not put a conscious effort in creating these skills and assets. I'm of the personal belief that many of us who possess our assets and skills, these have been given to us by accident, and they have not come out of choice but by chance. Either by our parents giving it to us through their decisions, or by someone forcing us into it, or the ability could simply have come naturally to us. Now, as we look around, we'll find that the avenues to gain these skills are abundant. Let's have a few examples. Learn a new language, or do a certification which is not so very common. Join a drama troupe, or how about starting to learn quizzing, or how about merely 10 new words a day. Now, as you look at all these options, you'll wonder, are these impossible or even merely difficult? All that's necessary is for us to step out, is to put these into action. Now, some of the examples you heard now might have sounded too trivial to even sound like a skill. But that's when we must remember that foresight is also a very valuable skill to possess. Just because the results of a certain ability may not be so apparent, or it may not be so immediate, doesn't mean that there are no benefits at all. We never know when a certain new certification or expertise in a certain language may land as an on-site opportunity. Or are you very sure that the drama troupe or being in Toastmasters will not put you in serious limelight at all? Or how about that one new word or one new concept which could really help you crack the entrance examination? Believe in one thing, probably not today, probably not tomorrow, but someday the skills we possess will definitely come to use to us. Now these are examples which reflect that professionally and by extension monetarily, we can benefit by having skills and assets. But what about the social and the personal aspect? Now to explain this, let me bring reference to a movie. A movie about a person who came up from his mundane existence, who got a life by saying yes to everything that he encountered. Yes Man was a movie featuring Jim Carrey, and it was about a monotonous person living a monotonous life whose life took a total turn when he started accepting anything that came his way. He said yes to learn guitar and managed to save a life from committing suicide. He said yes to learn Korean and managed to find a girlfriend for his manager and a promotion for himself. He learned to drive a battered and a dangerous scooter and was able to regain the love of his life. Now while these examples, some of them may sound slightly far-fetched or even very specific only to Hollywood, the message is very clear that the activities that surround us, which are a reflection of our skills, help those around us and by extension even us, and help in creating a happier self. And in a happy self lies the greatest asset of all time, the asset which has driven mankind to the current position, confidence. Confidence is something that can be the oddest of the odds, and it can help you do and get things which we never thought we really could. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to invest in ourselves. It is time to put the matter, the time, the money and the effort in creating a more useful self by gathering more skills, generating more assets and gaining more potential and even expertise sometimes. Right? Now what's important is, if we are unable to do this by ourselves, then try to link up with people, try to collaborate. Sometimes it may be difficult to pick it up things by ourselves. Then collaborate with your siblings, collaborate with your roommates, collaborate with your project mates and so on. Understand one thing, the time between graduation and marriage is most crucial because there is an abundance of time. Simply infuse some energy, simply infuse some money and expertise and you will reach where you really want to be. For those who are married, don't be afraid, you can always collaborate with your spouses. Professional and social achievement will be at our doorsteps. Remember one thing, that even if success doesn't come so easily, have faith in yourself because we have the ability to lead a comfortable life. Remember the vision, remember the mission, and try to also remember the words of those three idiots. They said, excellence ke piche bhago. Let us pursue skill, asset and their excellence. Success to apne aap piche aa jayegi. Toastmasters.